Dum da dum dum da dum dum da dum 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 da dum. Top special effects there. Hi, it's me again. It's the early hours of Saturday morning, and I've just watched 73 Yards, the fourth episode of Series 14 of Doctor Who, starring Shuey Gatwa, not much, and Millie Gibson, who done all the heavy lifting this week. There will be spoiler talk because plots. I will be talking plots. This time we go to Welsh Wales, but it's not. It's not. It's not the episode you think it is, because old Rusty Nuts, old Rusty Davis, um, he did a bit of a bait and switch on us. He's a cheeky boy. I want to smack his bottom, because the trailer makes you think it's going to be one thing, and it ain't that thing. Oh, you're a cheeky monkey, Mr. Davis. You're a cheeky monkey. Before I go on, I'm going to say it's one of the best Doctor Who stories in a very long time. In fact, what I liked about it is it didn't feel like a Doctor Who story at all. That was the beauty of it. It's a mix of Sapphire and Steel. You know, there's a bit of Stephen King in there. You know, there's lots of influences in this story, and oh god, it was so good. It was really so good, and you know, Millie Gibson did such a good job of it. You know, I was really doubtful because the way things are going, but this one, bona fide brilliance. Absolutely, I thought it was brilliant. I really did. I was just not with the story. It's all about story, and Davis delivered a really good story. Starts with them on a cliff in Welsh Wales. They disturb what you think is a fairy ring, and the Doctor disappears. And you think, wait a minute, it's a Doctor Light episode. So Ruby can't get back into the TARDIS. She's alone, and you get a real sense of isolation with this one. Isolation is very much the theme of the story. There's a mysterious woman in the distance. I'm saying, wait a minute, that's the Watcher. Do you remember the Watcher from Tom Baker, who was a future version of himself? Now, I'm not saying, I guess the twist, Susan Twist does turn up in this, as she has done. She's an actress who's a recurrent theme. Again, gone a bit meta with the Bad Wolf this time, Susan Twist, because the twist is that Ruby's probably Susan in a regeneration or something. I don't know. Clutching at straws with that one, but so yeah, there's this mysterious figure in the distance, 73 yards. From that's where the story takes its toll. Name. The late hours are taking its toll. She seeks refuge in a pub. We do the slaughtered lamb. You think it's going to be, you made me miss. You think it's going to go along those lines, but the locals are playful because the Welsh are lovely. You know, the Welsh are lovely and accommodating. So it was a good little bit of playfulness from Mr. Davis, a bit of bait and switch there. But who is this mysterious woman that he's shadowing? Ruby Sunday. It causes everyone around her to run away in fear. When her mother tries to intervene, she too runs away in fear and changes the locks and tells her to keep away. Because this person reveals a truth to whoever gets near. Right? That's the truth. And so Unit come along. Old Kate Lethbridge Stewart turns up and tries to help, but again, everyone gets scared off. And you realise that poor old Ruby has been cancelled. She gets cancelled by everyone. Everyone just says, no, stay away from her. That's clever, that. Ruby gets cancelled. And then the story just, again, it goes a bit 2001 in that time jumps ahead and she's like 40 years down the line, you know. Sorry, she's 40 years old, and then it goes further 40 years. And this all relates back to a plot point that the Doctor mentions about a guy called Gwilliam, A.P. Gwilliam, who's a who's going to destroy the world. Yeah. And of course, Ruby forgets that, but then in a pub, she sees the guy on TV making his political speeches, and the penny drops. That's why she's there. That's why she's there. And so, if you've ever seen or read The Dead Zone by Stephen King, it's about a character who has second sight, and he shakes hand with a presidential candidate. Well, he isn't. I think he's just a politician, but the guy can see the future with anyone he touches, and he realises this guy's going to blow up the world. So you get an element of that in this. And Ruby, again, over time, gets closer and closer and closer to this guy, and it all unfolds that he's a bad guy. The Albion Party. He's going to make Britain great again. I'd vote for him. He's going to nuke everyone. I'd vote for him. I'd vote for the guy. And so there's a beautiful resolution, because she uses the Watcher. I'm going to call it the Watcher, right, as a weapon to dissuade this guy from, he causes him to resign his post. He doesn't want to be Prime Minister anymore, and so Ruby, like she said, I'm here to save the world, and she does. She saves the world. And you think, my goodness, this is one of the most epic Doctor Light episodes, up there with, was it Turn Left, which again, same kind of vibe. If you've seen Turn Left, they're very similar. I really like that episode, and I thought this one was really good storytelling. And then it fast forwards. She gets older. She revisits the TARDIS. The TARDIS is left on the cliff face. There's moss growing around it. You're taken back to that moment in The Parting of the Ways where Eccleston says, just let the TARDIS rot, and let it, people just ignore it and live around it. And it's just sitting there on the cliff, just dead, with moss growing around and people leaving flowers by it. And again, the Watcher's still there on the cliff. And in this older version of Ruby, she's a geriatric lady, and she's close to death. And in the room, the Watcher gets closer and closer and closer. And then there's that switch where she opens her eyes and she's actually seeing Ruby in the distance coming out of the TARDIS, because she is the Watcher. She's a future echo of Ruby, and she's there to warn her. It could be that the Doctor did this because he mentions William, and it creates some sort of time loop. Again, there's no explanation. That's the beauty of it, is there is no direct explanation to what happened. Again, I'm going to watch this again with the kids. Not sure what they're going to make of it, because it's some pretty dense storytelling. I'm not sure Herb's going to like it, but I think Verity will enjoy this one. I'm hoping. And so it becomes a cyclical story. But this time, when they come out of the TARDIS, the Doctor notices the fairy ring and doesn't step on it, and says, leave it alone. And it's like he knows, whereas before he didn't know. And that was the episode. And I just thought, wow. Because it didn't feel like Doctor Who, and because it felt like its own thing. And, Davis took liberties by mining a lot of... Again, it was horror. There's a bit of The Ring in some of the imagery, because you don't see the woman's face. There's... Again, it was... it's a horror. It's like a horror story. And, the sense of isolation that Ruby goes through, I just, I felt sorry for her. I felt bad for her, I actually felt a connection to the character. And I was shocked. I was shocked how good it was and how much I enjoyed it to the end. And I thought it was really good. And then, the trailer for next week's one comes up, and it looks daft, and you think, my God, if only they could all be of this calibre. But then, wow, I don't know. I just thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good story wasn't too preachy, and the message was writ small rather than writ large. And I thought Millie Gibson was exceptional in it. Again, she's okay. I wouldn't say she's my favourite actress, but I thought she did very, very well in it. And Gatwell wasn't there, because it was a Dr. Light episode, and it was refreshing, especially after last week's one, which I thought was totally disappointed by it. It didn't work for me. I thought the premise was interesting, but there's so many better ways of doing the same idea. And then we get this one, which I thought was just creepy and disturbing and sad, and it blended so many tropes. And again, it was playful as well, because of what happens in the pub, and it's all a bit of a ruse, and they're messing around. I liked it. It was a good mix. It was a good mix, and I thought it was a really good story. And Mrs., we talked about it afterwards. Mrs. said that was really good, and I went, yeah, it was, wasn't it? It was really good. We both really enjoyed it, and it was well worth staying up for. And I was going to go to bed and not watch it, but I thought, oh no, I'll stay up. I'll keep doing these. And yeah, I'm just going to 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. All is forgiven. All is forgiven, man. But I know I'm going to get annoyed by next week's one. And what will probably happen with this is, the Ruby. There's a big mystery around Ruby, and we're going to find out that there's some sort of time travel thing. She shouldn't exist. There's some sort of thing that she shouldn't be there. They're setting up a time travel thing. It could be that. It could even be that it's herself that delivers herself to the church. What, she could be her own mother? Theoretically, it is possible, but I don't know how they're going to fit the Susan story into it, because they're going quite heavy on that this time. And like I said, the Susan Twist actress keeps reoccurring. Anita Dobson popped up in it briefly, and we'll have to wait and see where this goes. But next week it looks like it's your standard monster of the week episode, or monster movie. And I hope it's not too goofy, but we'll wait and see. Because I tell you, that was really good. That was really good. It's up there with that Capaldi one, the one with the thing he punches. That one. It's up there with that. It's up with the good ones. I thought, good bit of storytelling. Now, anyway, thank you for watching. I've waxed lyrical. I've waxed lyrical too much, so I'm just getting the old sonic screwdriver ready. So thank you for watching. I'll do the YouTube thing, because why not? If you liked it, like it. If you didn't like it, don't like it. Subscribe if you want to. I mean, if you're a Doctor Who fan, is it worth you subscribing to this? Because I only do reviews when Doctor Who's on. Other times it's music stuff and news stuff. I don't know. You're probably not necessarily going to like what I do. So, if you want to subscribe, but yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. Remember, folks, you've always got to be careful where you stick your sonic screwdriver. Night night.